It's like we were sitting in a bowling alley one night arguing philosophy, and Craig is very much the existentialist. And I had been writing some poems about, Darwinian poems about how chaos order as it last unfolds and blah blah blah. And Craig was saying, no, there's no such thing as order. Order is something the human mind projects on reality. Mm-hmm. And that was a myth of Starbuck and all that, yeah. Mm-hmm. And the mind shapes your perception in such a way that it's really the prevailing form of chaos. Mm-hmm. And because it's the prevailing form of chaos, we have a different name for it than all the lesser forms of chaos. And Craig's was that there was just no order at all. Anywhere, anyway, it was all chaos. And so right in the argument began to get a little heated, and Craig's a very diplomatic and very pleasant person. So he looked at me and he said, the Greeks had a deity for it. I said, a deity for what? Chaos. There's E-R-I-S, Eris, not to be confused with Eros. Lately I've been writing, or to be confused with him, whatever. And he told me the story of Golden Apple. The next day I went to the library and looked it up. So that's when Discordianism started. And it had to be 1958 because my idea was to make it a satire on University of Southern California fraternities, because I had just de-pledged the fraternity because there was some racist in it that irritated me. So that was my idea, and Craig's idea was to make it a satire of all the organizations in the world. And to me, that just didn't seem viable. It was like, me and Greg's idea wound up predominating. Sylvia Borton, the girl I used to go to the Unitarian Church with before I went overseas, was still there in Whittier. She was very much the left-winger and very irritated with me over the Ayn Rand business. And she was the other Discordian at the time. There were three of us. Sylvia Borton. She married a Basque guy who went to Cuba to study revolution. When I was given an application for a secret clearance in the Marines, I really didn't want a secret clearance. It just meant more work. And so as a reference, I listed her father, Harry Borton, worked at the newspaper in Whittier, on the theory that they would check into his background and find out his daughter was married to a rabid communist, and that they would therefore decide I was a security risk. Instead, I was the first person to be cleared in the whole outfit. I mean, it came through right away. Now, thinking back on it, I know why. They had already investigated me with Oswald earlier. What they do with left-wingers and the Marine people who call themselves socialists or communists is they get them to read 1984 by George Orwell. If they like 1984, they're all right. If they don't, then they're just too Stalinistic, authoritarian to trust.